Brilliant. Chat filter, all messages. There we go. I can remember when we used to come on to 50. Let me know if the audio's okay. Don't leave me hanging. How are we all doing? Nice to see you, or one of you. Thanks for the thumbs up. It really does make a difference. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. There we go. I can see you now. I've actually remembered to bring my reading glasses down, because those are terrible to do live streams with. A good pair of glasses, but I can't see the chat with them, and that's the problem. So I hope you're all doing really fine. I've just got in from work. Not the most exciting sort of day, really. Reasonable-ish, probably. I spent the full day yesterday in A&E. Well, not A&E, but, most of yesterday, should I say. My mum's 83, and she fell over last week, and she's hurt her wrist, and then she's got a water infection, so she was struggling a bit yesterday, so we popped her off to the thing. But nothing's really easy, is it? It takes a really long while when you get to an hospital. She'd been to the doctors a few times. No disrespect to the doctors, but she just needed to spend some time with some doctors monitoring her. And we're due to leave, and she got really unwell again. So I thought we were going to leave her, and it turned out it was just the effects of this infection. So, but with her falling over last week, they actually did a CT scan on the red. We've always had a bit of a standing joke in our family. I'm off for a brain scan, but I don't think they'll find out. So I don't know. They didn't find any problems. Anyway, that was the main thing. She'll put my filter on so I look better. Look at that. 21 again. 21 stone more like. So nobody's very chatty. Just make sure I've got all the messages on, because that's what normally happens if you go on top messages. So I've just been, as I say, I've just finished work. I've only been in about, 15 minutes? I have to remember with these reading glasses, they're no good for distance. It's like looking at the bottom of a jam jar. If you want to share it out, it'd be fantastic. That usually works. We usually get a few more in. Oh, obviously, 11:30 on a Thursday evening isn't suitable for everybody, but probably night owls like me it is. There's only chance. I get a couple of chances in the week, and Tuesday night's always a good one for about 10 o'clock, and then on a 11:30 on a Wednesday, on a Thursday night, should I say, because my wife's at my daughter's on a Thursday, because you couldn't really come in and start shouting down the internet in the next room, if you know what I mean. As you can see, hair done nice. I've lost all my colour. I'm usually with sort of walking about. For anybody that's new, because I think there might be, we've got a couple of new subscribers today, because I was watching Stephen's channel, and he said pop over and have a look. So if you're one of them, you're more than welcome. This is basically, I started off a year ago, after many years of enjoying the sauce. I packed up through my health, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to do something else. So I started, I do like doing YouTube, so I started going for a walk. And then I thought I'll record it and put it on YouTube, because I like making videos for YouTube. So it'll be a thing where I actually get a chance to... hang on a minute. Here we go. We've got somebody. How you doing? Hi, guys. How we doing? JPS316. Is that JP? Is it JP? It is JP. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so I thought it would be a thing. It'd make me actually go out for a walk and upload stuff. Well, since then, I bought a couple of drones. First one wasn't massively successful because I left it in the River Trent. The second one was okay. And then a bit later on in the year, I managed to get hold of a second-hand DJI Pro 4S. 4 Pro S? 4 Pro. That was right, not S. There's no S in it at all. And you just home from work then? Is it JP? I can't see those bloody little things. They're ever so small, aren't they? Let's have a look. I can't see. I can't see if it's James or not, to be honest. But that's the sort of terminology that just, how you guys, how we're doing. So it probably is him. Are you just home from work, James? Or didn't you go? So anyway, and since then I've actually bought a bike as well. I've been bike riding for about 40 years. If you ever look, just in Asda, live in Asda in Hull. So the first time in 40 years I've ever owned a bicycle. So I bought a mountain for the handlebars, and I just stick the. I've got a Action 4 and Action 5, and Osmo Pocket 3. Obviously, the Osmo Pocket 3 is a cracking camera, absolutely cracking camera, but they're very fragile and really no good if it's raining. So I decided to get the Action 4, and they're no good if it's dark. QQM1 News. Hello to you. How you doing? You're from Korea. More than welcome. Nice. Thanks for coming in. There's two. There's actually two, mate. If you look, should be another one in the box. One looks like you're on a hookah or something like that. You know, like it hasn't got a pipe coming out the bottom of it. But and then the other one. I like them. I think they're good. It's a cracking tool. So anyway, today, where am I from? I'm from the middle of England. That's sort of in the Midlands, towards the east coast, about 40 miles from the east coast, between Lincoln and Scunthorpe. If you've ever heard of Lincoln, that's probably a good place to have a look on the map. It's quite a famous city in the UK. Beautiful cathedral and all sorts of Roman stuff going on there. So if you take a look at that, it might not be a bad idea. And then Scunthorpe, which is a steel town, and then Doncaster is over to the left, and they're all about the same sort of distance. So that's whereabouts we are. From Korea, I've never been to Korea. I'm fairly well travelled. I've done like some of the Caribbean, Mexico, USA. I was just talking to a lady tonight. She's just on her way to Egypt next week. I said, well, you'll enjoy that. Egypt is a beautiful country. Beautiful. We went on a Nile cruise years ago and sailed down the Nile. And obviously then you sail back, keep getting off different temples. Did the old museum in Cairo. Looked at the Tutankhamun, exhibit and all that. And then we went to Sharm el Sheikh for a week. So we had like a 15-night holiday that time. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think when you go to places like Egypt, when you come home, you think that you brought some of it with you. You definitely feel like you've brought some of the country with you. It was a magical place. So I ain't been for a lot of years. We went to Sharm a few times, just in the all-inclusive type thing, and that got a bit old real quick. And then they had a bit of trouble over there with a bomb on a plane, so we never went back. And that was the end of that. So I've just found this. This actually came off this. I've got a phone stand that came off TikTok. It's not a particularly good thing, but I've just noticed this. This was on the table at the side of it, and I've obviously never moved it. And this is about the best quality out of the whole thing. I bought this phone stand, and it extends up like that. It's got a magnetic thing. You just put your magnet onto it off the back of your phone. Just stick it on there, and it's not the best in the world. When it came, it's supposed to stand on your desk, and the underneath of it was like that. So when you put your phone on, it was doing that. So I had to go on Amazon and buy 4 little feet. I stuck them on the bottom, and it's fine now. But thankfully, they were down at £8 because they weren't particularly good value, to be really honest. I think it's going to be a short one tonight because there's not many in. Last week, I came on and I think we went off after about an hour and a half. And it was a cracking stream, but sometimes you just got to catch it right, especially with it being 11:30 at night, because it's bedtime for a lot of people. But last week was just happened to be a lucky one. We had loads and loads of people, and it went on for over 2 hours, I think. It's always easy if you get somebody that taps away in chat because you've got something to talk about. So, holidays. Anybody booked the holidays yet this year? Whereabouts do you go on holiday? Oh, there you go. Oh, no, I'm not asking that. It randomly asks you to post questions on the screen, and that was not one I'm going to put up there because it was one for the young'uns. Where is everyone? Where is everyone? I'll take the retouch off because they probably think I'm too young. I left the heating on all day by mistake, and I've come in. It's like a bloody oven in here. It's going to rain all day tomorrow. Rain all day Saturday. Not rain on Sunday. Rain most of Monday. Rain Tuesday. Rain Wednesday. Rain Thursday. And rain Friday. We've had so much rain this year. It's just unbearable. You don't get a chance to go anywhere. That looks a bit... I don't look round here. Oh, that's better. That made it look like I've got a plastic face. You know, like one of them... What do they call that bloody spaceship? That robot looked like a bloke. Oh, I can't think what they call it now. So we have 6 people in that don't want to talk. And that doesn't help. Now we've only got 5 because the other one's got shy. So we've got a trip planned to the Isle of Wight this year. I've never been to the Isle of Wight. I'm quite looking forward to that. So we're just going to go there for a week. So that should be good. I don't know what's going to happen later in the year because we ain't got anything planned for that. But we'll see. We used to have 2 holidays a year. We used to have 2 holidays abroad, 2 times 2 weeks. But sadly, we can't do it like that anymore. So we don't. By this point of the year, I would usually have 1 holiday booked and paid for and be counting down on the second one to get that paid off. But not this year, I'm afraid. But I think it's the same for everybody, isn't it? There's not as much money about, not at the minute. I don't know if it's like around the world. I mean, you look at all sorts of things about America and places like that, and they're saying that their cost of living's gone up greatly. But I suppose it's only sort of 3 years since COVID sort of cleared off. So, you know, that's probably when these countries are actually going to find out that they haven't got any money left. I think I'm going to go, to be honest, because there's nobody here. And talking to yourself for 13 minutes non-stop isn't easy. I think streaming's a little bit like poker. You've got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And I think tonight's a fold them, to be honest. So thank you all for popping in, and I'll go back to watching my live streams on YouTube and TikTok and all over the place. And we'll catch you all again soon.